Bleav in Everything Auburn is brought to you by Bet Online, your number one source for all sports betting needs this season. Baseball, golf, soccer, right to all the top fights in UFC, MMA, and boxing. Every stat, every matchup, even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. And when the game's over, head on over to the online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or you can unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action, and you can use our promo code Bleav for a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That code is BLEAV. Bet online. The game starts here. War Eagle. War Eagle, everyone. What does that say? Girl Dad. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Jason's shirt says Girl Dad. If you're not watching on YouTube and you want to see it, come on over. Come join us. Welcome in, everyone, to Everything Auburn. I'm Taylor Davis. He is Jason Campbell. We're back with you again, a couple episodes consecutively. And for the summer, that's good on us. So proud of that. It ends here because I'm leaving on vacation, but we're going to leave you with a good one before I leave the country. And I am very excited for our guest today because it's actually a newcomer both to the podcast and to the Plains. We've got a transfer joining us today, wide receiver KeAndre Lambert-Smith, transfer wide receiver from Penn State, who's only been at Auburn for a couple months. So I had never met him, and obviously a lot of fans are not as familiar with him and his story. So it's a great opportunity for us to get to know someone who I suspect will have a pretty big role in this offense. Probably one of the best transfer additions that we've had. So you want to stick around for that. We'll get to that interview here pretty quickly, but Jason and I just going to catch up a little bit on a couple notes before I head out and live my best life.
Yes, live her best life. Shoot, I wish I can get our country for about 2 weeks and go down to get some good, food and sightsee and
yes.
One day.
You know what? I don't want to hear it. Literally all of your vacations, life experiences. Before this, he was talking to me about joining a golf club and all that. Like, your life is pretty good, Jason Campbell.
Hey, we try around here. You sleep deprived. You got to do something. You got to create a hobby. So
I love it.
I got to lose some weight though, Taylor. This sleep deprived got me eating too much. I'm not getting my proper sleep.
It's hard, man.
I'm overweight right now. So
are you?
Yeah.
Look, life happens. I will be living off pasta, bread, and cheese for 10 days. So this week until I leave next Wednesday, I'm on day 4 of a juice cleanse.
Oh, good.
And I've never been more miserable in my entire freaking life.
Are you doing Arden's Garden or what are you doing? Lemon juice? What's this?
So right when you wake up, y'all, this thing is so miserable. I've done it before. I did it before my sister's wedding, and I know that I'm going to eat. Of course, they say when you're in Italy, like their pasta is not as bad as our pasta because ours are filled with so many preservatives and terrible things that it's really not, the same. But will I be really good about my vegetable intake while I'm in Italy? Probably not. So I just was like, okay, the few days leading up to this trip where I'm not even going to think about it, I'll be diligent and on top of my nutrition. And this one's a bit extreme. So when you wake up, you juice, you like make a shot, a wellness shot when you first wake up. It's the juice of a lemon, turmeric, ginger, a garlic clove, and cayenne pepper. And you take that right when you wake up with a glass of lemon water. And when I tell you, I almost throw up every time I do it. Like, it is horrid. Absolutely. Huh?
I'm going to write that down.
Wait, please do it and report back because I am dry heaving when I'm doing this. It is awful. So you have a juicer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. A whole lemon, like peel and all. Just put the whole thing in there. A pinky of turmeric. So you get those, they come in like a little carton and they're just like this weird little, they're called a pinky of turmeric, but whatever. 1 piece of turmeric, a pinch of ginger. I just get like a whole cluster and just break off pieces.
Yeah.
A clove of garlic, and a cayenne pepper. And if you can't find actual cayenne peppers, my grocery store didn't have it. I just get the powder. And so I sprinkle it in after I make the juice. Take that shot right when you wake up. I mean, there's so many benefits to it. It kicks the crap out of your metabolism. It's great for skin, digestion, all of the things. But like from the texture to the taste to the smell to the I hate my life every time I do it. But there are benefits. So anyway, that's first thing in the morning. It's also intermittent fasting. So 16 hours of no eating, 8 hours of eating. So at 11 o'clock to break my fast, I have a green juice, and it is green apples, celery, cucumber, kale, spinach, parsley, a lemon, and a garlic clove. Oh. And that's basically your lunch.
Oh, I'm going to have to moderate.
It's awful. No, I don't recommend. Like I am miserable. It's stupid. But catch me on the coast of Italy feeling my best, eating whatever the frick I want because I did this the week leading up. That's girl math.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm going to try the first part out and I'll let you know.
Please do.
Yeah.
And let me know your thoughts. Yeah. And Godspeed, because I seriously gag every time. But how was your 4th of July shindig? Did you cook, grill master? Did any neighbor's house get hit with a firework?
You can't have a 4th without barbecue. All right. So this year I did a little different. So July 3rd, we went to the fireworks show.
Right.
As a family, and that was really, really good. But then on the day of, so instead of me and Shayla doing all the cooking this time, I'm always on my feet. So we had a chef to come in.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, she cooked catfish, salmon.
Nice.
Fried salmon.
Ooh.
Then my cousin that came in from Dallas, he has his own food truck, and he does a lot of things.
Cool.
In the area game. So he did the baked beans, potato salad.
Oh my God, I can't talk about this when I'm living off green juice.
His wife, who's my close cousin, got my grandmother's recipe for pound cake, and she made my grandmother's pound cake. So of course I cut half of it and took it and hid it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened.
I even got to the cake. First and foremost, probably
savage.
10 pounds overweight this week, but so yeah, we ended up having a really good time, and everyone was in the pool because it was super hot. And then my neighbors, I had new neighbors, and they was having a great time. My guy got a system in the back. I tell you, his system was like, I was like, geez, man, I feel like I got cut up, but it was pumping. Like they was having a blast. I said, dude, we need to
That's so cool.
behind this.
Yeah.
But we had a great time and enjoyed it. And fireworks were going off all night long. So baby girl wouldn't sleep. So time she fall asleep, she would wake up because fireworks. Boom.
Also, people be doing fireworks for like the next 4 days. I'm like, what? The 4th is over. What are we doing?
I think people just like to shoot fireworks.
It's really annoying. What are we like? Stop.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock at night. Fireworks going off. Boom.
On
boom.
Like a Monday. Like, please go to work.
But I had a great time. Good. Enjoyed it. No late this time. But how about you? I heard
it was good. It was good. Stayed in Nashville. Bopped around with some friends a little bit. Nashville has a massive fireworks show in downtown for the 4th, so that was pretty cool. And then took advantage of a 3-day weekend and was very productive, got a lot done, and am eager for my trip. It's really been my entire personality. It's all I can think about, talk about, etc. But I've never gone to Europe. I've only left the country to go to Mexico and the Bahamas. So this is like the biggest international trip I've ever done, let alone like the coast of Italy, which has been on my bucket list forever. And we're doing it up. We've got a beach club day. We've got a private boat day. We're touring the Vatican, the Colosseum. We're doing a private cooking class. Like we're doing all the quintessential like Italy things. And I seriously couldn't be more excited. So that will be the hype
on this show. So
do what?
We know who makes the money on this show.
Get out of here. Retired NFL player over here.
Hey, you keyword retired.
Retired.
So
Look,
chicks don't come in no more.
you were
Uh,
smart with it all. I know that about you.
People sent me messages last week
What?
saying, "How does Taylor not eat potato salad?" And
I
then I had
know.
one buddy to tell me that he doesn't eat ketchup on a hot dog,
Now that's a crime. What does he eat with it?
only mayo.
Jail.
So people are listening to our episodes and they're really having fun. The fact that we're just not football only,
I
so
know.
that we get a little personal. But I've told them I've never had a hot dog. I'd rather put barbecue sauce on there before I put no ketchup
Yeah,
and
ketchup,
just mayo.
that's like the best. I don't know. It's the best pairing, a hot dog and ketchup.
I told
Like,
him, I said, dude, like if you're a single guy, I used to always tell guys this that's single. I said, you probably choose your woman based off how you eat your food. I know that just kind of went over your head.
expand on that.
Yeah, I know it went over your head a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
if a guy really likes nice food and good
Mhm.
food, he's gonna choose, elegant woman that enjoys nice food and good food.
Interesting.
If he wants a hot dog with just mayo on there, then you probably gonna get you someone that's strong minded. They're gonna give you two thugs to the chest, you know.
Interesting.
If you just get it, so she's gonna be a little tougher, you know what I'm saying? Because,
Yeah,
you know, she probably cutting grass back in the day. You know what I'm
she
saying? Like,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she gonna be a little tougher. I don't think she had on her some mayo and no ketchup, no mustard. So so I
She's a
said
wild card.
this analogy to him, and he was just like, Jay, you know what? Man, you're almost right.
I've
And
never
I was
thought
like,
about it.
"Yeah."
I think I see the correlation in if a man is choosing individually nicer food, nicer experiences, if he's like in that place, he's more mature. He's got, his he wants to take care of himself. He cares about what so he's probably more ready for a serious relationship and therefore has higher standards for the woman he's looking for.
Right.
If you're still throwing caution to the wind and housing, McDonald's every meal, you're probably not to the point of like wanting to, have your own household with a family that's dependent on you. And so you're just kind of open with whatever. Yeah, I see the correlation there.
Right, exactly. Because you're probably playing around. And I
Yeah.
told him this honestly. When I was in the league, guys that was single, if you went to their house and they probably ate a hot dog with just mayo, and you went over to play video games or something, there was stuff all
Oh,
over the place. Like it looks like a frat house, So
barf.
all right. So I said, dude, if you choose a little bit more elegant in food, you
Yeah.
know, I was just like, you'll probably start choosing a little bit more elegant in the women that you're trying to date, you
I
know.
think your living situation is also an indicator. If you don't have your mattress on a bed frame, you're not ready for a relationship. If you don't have at least one throw pillow on your bed and couch, you're not ready for a relationship. Like there are clear signs. I saw a TikTok the other day of this guy saying, "Here are heads up that this guy is going to ghost you." And it was, those Zen
Yeah.
packets? He whipped out a tube and he said, "If he's sucking on one of these, he's gonna ghost you." And I was like, wow, the accuracy. Like you can tell in people's habits as individuals
All right.
if they're ready for a real committed relationship or not. Don't
If
let it
that,
fool you,
right.
people. You know which one that is like you can't hold it against people, but I really wish we could? People that don't know how to cook. I'm always like, you can maybe you can't cook well, but like you can follow instructions. Like if you're choosing not to go to the grocery store and blaming it on, "Oh, I can't cook," you're lazy, and I don't want a lazy partner.
Yeah. That can go two ways though, right? So either you can afford to go pick up the meal,
Sure.
or because you feel like picking up the meal is going to taste better than your cooking. Yeah.
Mm. But
So
you better have the money to be doing
right,
that
you gotta have
responsibly.
money to be able to do that and then not put you out of the house and home.
True.
So
True.
then, so there's different parameters to that because a
There
lot of
are.
people just, if they feel like, I don't feel like cooking because it's just me or it's just me and another person,
Yeah.
maybe they'll just order out or eat out.
I guess I'll say it's not a deal breaker, but I think it's a big bonus if you can cook.
Yeah,
like that's a stand-up person that like took the time and knows how to cook.
I told my wife, if you can cook and you got pretty toes, and you take care of your hands, that tells me a lot about you. You're ready for a relationship. If you're
This took a turn. I was not expecting that. Guys, pay attention to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to your hands. I'm gonna pay attention to your toes.
Just that, like, you take care of yourself.
Right, exactly. If you don't take care of yourself, then you definitely not gonna take care of yourself for me. So
Fair.
you're right.
That's funny. If you can cook and you got good toes, wow, that is hilarious. I didn't see this one coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
So for guys, if like I said, it's the same way. If we don't look appropriate or take care of ourselves,
You know what my big thing is? Teeth.
oh yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
If you have bad teeth, like, there's just no excuse for having bad teeth. Like, A, take care of them. B, as an adult, if you don't have great teeth, do something about it. Like, you can get Invisalign, you can get veneers for all I freaking care. But people that just walk around with busted teeth, like, there's no. And that's not like,
it's not a shot. It's just
not like, shallow. It's like, that's an indicator of like how you take care of yourself and how you like represent yourself. It's teeth for me is like a kicker, especially for men. Like, there is very little that y'all have to do for physical maintenance. And we as women are taking self-inventory literally every day and spending bukudoodles of money on makeup, tan, hair. We're getting Botox so that we don't wrinkle. You know what I mean? A man, go to the gym every now and then and fix your freaking teeth. That's literally all you have to do. And keep up with your haircuts.
Oh, you got to put deodorant on.
Well, hygiene is just like a basic human principle. I don't think that, but I'm talking about like physical enhancements.
Yeah, self-care, because a lot of folks complain about their health, but then they don't do anything.
Don't do anything. I can't.
So you got to like work out, walk, do something,
And brush your teeth.
Right. Yeah, brush your teeth. Yeah, exactly. So speaking of brushing teeth, do you always have to do mouthwash after you brush your teeth?
Yes.
Or is it every other day?
No, mouthwash every time you brush your teeth.
Okay.
I'm not as diligent about flossing, I will be honest, even though we all lie to our dentist and say that we are. But mouthwash, because one time a dentist told me, like, when you brush your teeth, you're getting the bacteria and germs off of your teeth. You're not spitting all of them out. Like, they still stay there. Mouthwash actually kills the bacteria. So the only way to fully rid it is mouthwash.
Y'all heard it here first today, people.
Yep. So everyone's going to start their day with a lemon shot, and we're going to start doing mouthwash all the time. And that's the takeaway. But before we get to our interview with KeAndre Lambert-Smith, because there were some really great things in that interview, so we want to get to that real quickly. Next week is SEC Media Days. It is officially talking season. Big 12 Media Days, Mountain West Media Days happening this week, and the other ones to follow next week. So for the Tigers heading to Dallas, which is where Media Days is going to be held this year, we are represented by quarterback Payton Thorne, linebacker Eugene Asante, and defensive lineman Keldrick Falk. And obviously, these are guys that hold big roles on the field. They are clearly leaders for this team. But this is a huge nod of confidence for Keldrick. I mean, this is a sophomore. This is a guy who has not been in this whole world all that long. And not only is he looked to as a leader, but he's picked as one of 3 people to take a podium in a pressure cooker of sorts. And I think that this is an indicator of what Hugh Freeze suspected this guy could be, and he has upheld his end of the bargain.
Yeah, I think 3 of these guys all come from 3 different stories and backgrounds. So you think about it, Eugene was a guy that was on practice squad pretty much for his first year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, last year, Austin Keys gets hurt and he goes down, and all of a sudden Eugene has to get forced into the starting lineup, and then he never comes out of it. And so his story of grinding and just being ready for your turn, is a story for him. when you talk about Payton Thorne, it's always suspected that your quarterback goes to SEC media days, right? So, for him, it's coaches showing confidence and saying, hey, stop worrying about if this is your team or not. This is your team.
Now act like it.
We're going to go as far as you take us. And by me validating that, I'm taking you to SEC media days, so that you can answer all the questions you need to answer, put behind all the noise you need to put behind you so we can focus on 2024.
Right.
What you need to do this year to help this team win. And that he has full confidence. KeAndre comes from the younger core, right? Top recruit last year, flipped from Florida State to Auburn. High character guy, on and off the field, well respected within the locker room, even as a young guy.
Yeah.
It shows that, hey, you don't have to be a senior or a junior to get invited to SEC media days. If you do things the right way, you work hard, you become one of the people on the team that people look up to, even as a young player, then you can earn the right to go and represent your team at SEC media days. It is an honor to be able to go to SEC media days.
Yeah.
And like I said, because I'm pretty sure Coach had a couple more that he wished he could have took. Maybe Keontae Scott. He's one of them. A guy that's been around and everything. So there's Jeremiah Wright. Been around. So there's guys. There's good people. But I think he strategically did it this way because there's three guys come from different backgrounds.
Yeah,
it was a transfer. So I'm taking a transfer that's now going into his second year. You saw Ugle at Florida State say he didn't feel right about going to ACC media days because he hasn't been there.
Yeah.
But Payton Thorne's been here for a year, so that's different. But so we'll see what SEC media days look like this year. Texas is going to be there. Oklahoma's going to be there. It's going to be interesting to hear what they're saying. I think
new coaches.
New coaches. So the whole dynamic is changing. And I just think as a whole, if I had to circle one game this year for us, Taylor, that can kind of define are we a mature football team or not, it's going to be the September 21st game against Arkansas because everyone's circling, Oklahoma. But that Arkansas game, Coach Bobby Petrino was at Auburn. The offensive coordinator, Travis Williams, defense coordinator, played at Auburn. It's the 20-year reunion of him coming back to Auburn where he went undefeated at. So
ironic.
There's going to be motivation, there. So,
and is that our first road game?
No, that's our home game. So
we have Arkansas at home?
Yeah.
Oh, right. The first 5 are home. I can't wrap my head around that.
First 5 at home. So you got Oklahoma in there.
Yeah.
You got Arkansas in there. And to me, that Arkansas game is a pivotal game for this program.
And look, they know if Pittman doesn't win early, he's out. So, there is a lot that they're playing for. And they've got a new quarterback. And KJ Jefferson did a lot of good, but there were rumors that he was kind of the part of the problem. So you really don't know what this Arkansas team is going to look like. So, I think that's a good point.
Yep. So for me, that's it. But I can't wait to watch some of the SEC media days and see some of these interviews and what's going to be said.
So much to look forward to. And obviously, we'll get into our SEC expectations and predictions into our August episodes. We will also have Big Cat Weekend happening on campus the weekend of the 28th and 29th. So at our next episode, which will be that week, Jason will be able to give us a little bit more of a recap on that big recruiting weekend, how that class is shaping up, and we'll have SEC media days to recap as well. As much as you can't take a ton from media days, there are some indicators that kind of you can take away from. Lest we not forget last year when I attended SEC media days, which were here in Nashville, and we did our recap episode, and I told you I did not think Jimbo Fisher was going to make it through the season. That is on record on this show. I took that away from seeing him at the podium, hearing everything he was saying about working with Bobby. I did not buy it at all. And I thought it was very obvious that things were not cohesive in College Station. And by the end of the season, that came to fruition. So there are usually things that you do take away from media days that do kind of come full circle come season. So there will be plenty for us to talk about. That will all be covered Monday through Thursday on SEC Network. Auburn taking the podium on Thursday. So unfortunately, you have to wait the entirety of the week to get our guys up there. But I think they will all represent the university very well, and we'll have plenty of insight to take away from it. So with that, we will go ahead and say goodbye and send it to our interview with KeAndre Lambert-Smith. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did, and we will be back in 2 weeks after my Italian vacation and get back to normal-ish as we get closer and closer to season. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. All of our icons are on the screen everywhere that you can find our podcast, as well as on Bleav's YouTube channel, where you can get us in video format. I think I got everything. Yes?
Yeah, you got everything. And like I said, this episode was a little longer, people, because we'll be off for the next 2 weeks. So we wanted you to have
serve you for 2 weeks.
But it's hard to cut out KeAndre's interview. It's great, and hard to cut out the information we just gave you on dating advice. So, if you like what you like, just go.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Have a great couple of weeks. We'll talk soon. Enjoy the interview. War Eagle. Ciao.
Peace.
Jason and I are so excited to be joined by new Auburn wide receiver, KeAndre Lambert-Smith. I'm going to say War Eagle to you. I'm sure you've been getting that a lot the past couple of months since moving to the Plains. We love to say that all the time, but thank you so much for joining us today. It'll be really cool to kind of get to know you a little bit before season gets going. So Jay and I are pumped to have you on. But let's kind of start at the beginning. I think it's a great opportunity for fans to get a little more familiar with your story and your journey to the Plains, obviously transferring in from Penn State after a great career there. You've got one more year of eligibility and found your way to the SEC and Auburn. Talk me through a little bit of, that journey and that decision for you, and ultimately how you ended up on the Plains.
Yeah, so I mean, like you say, I spent 4 years at Penn State, graduated from there, got my degree. And I think it was just time for, a fresh start, and, as soon as I hit the portal, I would say Coach Davis played probably the biggest part in, me coming to Auburn. Like, he probably was the first coach I got on the FaceTime with. And it honestly was like an instant connection. He seemed real, genuine. And this was all through the FaceTime call.
Wow.
And then he was saying, like, you just come up here, big dog, just we'd love to meet you and we'd tell you. So when I took the visit up here, it was my first visit, out the portal. And I went to A&M next, but I knew I wasn't going to take too many more after that, because just the feeling I got at Auburn, and then the need and the way, we just, we hit it off, and then Coach Freeze, the whole staff. And I was like, I feel like I didn't need to look much further. And I also just wanted to make a decision so I can get to campus and get rolling with the playbook and get knowing the guys. So, it wasn't that hard of a decision once I made my way down here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, KeAndre, you talk about, Coach Davis. Marcus is a guy that played at Auburn. So he's someone that, know what it's like to be in your shoes and, to wear that helmet on the football fields on Saturdays. And, you talk about the relationship piece. It's very, very important as you continue. But you're a guy that was born in Norfolk, Virginia. And there's a lot of talent that come out of Norfolk, Mike Vick, Allen Iverson, a lot of guys that come from that territory. Just talk about, like, being from Norfolk, Virginia, having to live up to a lot of high expectations. We'll get into it in a little bit, that you have an uncle that had high expectations. But just talk about coming from a football family, a football background, and everything, and how it's played a huge role in your career so far.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like unless you're from Norfolk, I feel like we don't get enough credit and enough hype that, like, we do got a lot of talent that come out of the area.
Yeah.
I mean, I would honestly feel like I play more into that part, where, like, still trying to, like, put the city and the area and the state on to like a Florida, like a Texas. Like, like, we got guys that come out of Virginia. So but I don't feel like it's no pressure that's, like, unhealthy. I love pressure. I like to make expectations high and, reach goals and surprise people and do the things people think I can't do. I like to do all that. I like challenges. And so I don't think it's, nothing that I can't handle. Then, like you say, having an uncle that played at that level, I feel like that just showed me the ropes and the way to get there. And then having that advice from him from time to time, and just seeing how he did it, I feel like it was a good guideline, a baseline for me to follow. So, I mean, I don't think it's nothing negative that come out of that. Like I said, I like all the pressure. I like all the expectations.
You mentioned in my first question, obviously, the connection with the coaches, the atmosphere at Auburn, but you mentioned the need. And I think that that's certainly been a talking point as we lead up to season. The needs for offensive improvement. We knew it last season, whether it was the offensive line, quarterback, wide receivers, it would have to improve and take a step forward. And you're part of a receiving core that people are really excited about. And I think rightfully so, with the likes of you and Robert Lewis and obviously these freshman phenoms that are coming in. But you're a guy who definitely showed his big playability at Penn State. You were a consistent guy for them. You led Penn State with 53 receptions for 673 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. You had 20 catches of over 20 yards, talking about that big play potential. So what kind of a player is Auburn getting in you? And to your point, knowing the needs that this offense had prior to this season, what kind of a difference are you challenging yourself to make this year?
So I honestly tell you what I keep telling everybody. I feel like I haven't put my full display of what I can do on the last 4 years at Penn State.
Wow.
And not trying to discredit them, anything they did that, that happened in the past. But I feel like I wasn't able to show the type of player I can really be and be a real vertical threat. I know it's 20 yards, but really stretching the defense, getting it quick, just making plays in the slot, outside, everywhere. That's kind of what I'm used to doing. Even at quarterback, I got like 3 pass attempts in my career.
Nice.
1 touchdown. Like that, I feel like I can do a a good variety of things.
Yeah.
Just coming here, like you say, I'm kind of an older guy. We got young guys. We got Rob, and just being one of the go-to guys that can help push his offense to the next level, whether it's in the slot, outside, halfback, like anywhere. I feel like I can make plays all over the field. But ultimately, I'm just do whatever the offense needs me to do. Whether that's if it's a 10-catch game, whether it's 2-catch game, we run the ball a lot. Blocking. I did a lot of that at Penn State. We got great running backs over there. So I mean, I'm used to just doing it all, and I'm just ready for the season, just like you are. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll take it.
Yeah, season be here before you know it. Next thing you know, you'll be out in training camp, as we call it, starting here the first week of August. And so you talk about you being a lead dog, you and Robert Lewis. It's funny that you guys are 22, 23 years old, and people consider you old heads.
They call me granddad.
Yeah, I'm too, so I'll imagine what they call me when I walk through the locker room. I'm a dinosaur or something. So yeah. Just talk about who are some of the guys that when you first got here that you instantly just hit it off with in the locker room, where you got here, they just embrace you, accepted you, and just kind of start trying to show you the ropes immediately. Who are some of those guys that you probably named that you hit it off with?
So as far as so when I first got here, a lot of the guys was on break, and so the first receiver I met was Caleb, and we were hanging out a lot, and then Cam Coleman, he doesn't live too far from here. Yeah. So when he found out I was up here, he came back, and we were I think we hit the jugs 4 nights in a row. We were just hitting the jugs, we were just chatting, we went to go out to eat. So I mean, I feel like I built a real good relationship with them 2 guys early. And then, but as soon as all the guys got here, I introduced myself to the room. A few of us went out bowling, and I let them know I'm a shy dude, but when it comes to the guys in the room, I like to build instant connections.
It's important.
You're gonna know what type of guy I am off rip, and you don't gotta be shy around me. All genuine over here. So, like I said, I went to Sam. I played the game with Sam. Hit it off with Greg. So I ain't gonna lie, all the guys in the room, we pretty tight already. And, we just continue to build that relationship. But even more so on the defensive side, when I started workouts, Caleb, I lift with Caleb. Yeah. We be going at it, Champ, Sante. We was at Chipotle. We kicking it, we eating. Like I say, I like to, if I see you, I'm gonna speak to you. I'm gonna try to get to know you instantly just to build that good connection, because I know I'm the new guy on campus and y'all know everybody else. Yeah. So I mean, I try to just build instant relationships with everybody. But I would say those guys I named, probably I could think off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's probably almost the whole team already. I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Jason and I talk about it all the time, the off-field chemistry being such an advantage on the field. It really does translate. Like Jason always talks about how he and his teammates that 04 year were so they're all still close, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so those relationships really translate to your play. It really goes hand in hand. What were your first impressions of the football facility?
It's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think now when I say this, I'm not trying to discredit my old spot.
I know.
But like I got here, they showed me 3 locker rooms. I'm like, like it's 3 locker rooms. Like it's a different one for practice. It's a different one to go chill and lay and relax. Mm-hmm. And then it's obviously the game day locker room.
Yep.
But I'm like, this is nice. I seen my little picture up there. I started recording it. I was hyped. I'm not gonna lie. Playing ping pong. I was chilling. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful, real up to date.
No kidding. The first time I got a tour, I was like, I don't know that I would ever go to my dorm or my apartment or wherever the frick. Like this is better than what any of you are living in. So very impressive. Well, speaking of impressive, Jason alluded to it earlier. Your football family, Cam Chancellor, your uncle, who obviously had the NFL career and Virginia Tech career to kind of lay the foundation for you. So you've been around the game for a long time. Jason actually played against your uncle, so I'm sure Jay has some memories of him. But what kind of did you take from being, around the game at such a high level the way you were, and what kind of maybe lessons did you take from his experiences?
So I would say one that I was getting but I didn't even realize when I was younger that I was getting it was just seeing his discipline and like the way he carried himself.
Totally.
I ain't gonna lie, when you're younger, I used to think, I'm like, man, he acting different. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like he don't eat certain stuff no more. I'm like, what's up? But just seeing his discipline and how he like I can't explain it. Like, say I stayed at his condo one night. He's up at like 4 a.m, just probably working out or something, then eating a certain type of breakfast. He had to make a whole different breakfast. Well, I made it myself, but I ate something different from him.
Gotcha.
But just seeing like the discipline and what he ate. And I think I went to Seattle one time. Me and my cousin, we went up there. He took us out. And like, it's a funny story. So he told me we was going to the movies. It was like, he was like, we're going to leave at say 6. I think me and my cousin got down there at 6:01. He was gone already. Like, I was like, I texted him like, yo, like, where you at? He said, I said 6 o'clock. I gave you a time. You didn't meet that time. Like, he was just so,
oh my gosh,
he was just so like
regimented.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay. And I started like, as I get older, I'm starting to see that, okay, time matters. When you say something, you need to, stick to that. And I think we worked out like every day, running up hills and doing push-ups. Like he had us doing a lot, but it just went to show like how detailed he was throughout his day and how like time oriented he was.
Yeah.
So, and I took that lesson. I think that's the biggest lesson I took from him for sure.
That's funny. 6 actually means 10 prior in football.
Yeah. Definitely.
But that's how our strength coach was when I was at Auburn. Coach Yass. If he said workout started at 6 a.m., you better be in there at 5:50 a.m.
Yeah,
and ready to go, because he always say if you show up on time, then you're late, because now I got to get you ready to start the workout. But if you get here at 5:50, now we start getting the warm-ups going, and then at 6 a.m. our workouts begin.
Yeah.
So, I've been around that, and I understand what Cam's talking about, because in the NFL, if your butt show up late to a meeting, it's a huge fine. If you miss a practice, it's a bigger fine. And all those things are called self-discipline, because in order to play a long time or have long-term success, there has to be a major sacrifice. There has to be a major discipline amongst yourself. And what he was trying to teach you guys is, he wasn't going to wait on you guys. If you want something, you got to go and get it. So if you want to go to the movies and be there, then he said, okay, we're leaving at 6 o'clock. That was different than saying, hey, if you want to win a championship, the words come out of your mouth, but are your actions leading up to your words.
So true.
So I'm glad you're here, man. I think you're going to do exceptional just on and off the field for this program. But when you think about it as a receiver room, and you think about in this offense, you have the weapons. You got the freeze 4, they call it, the 4 young guys. And then you got the 2 older guys, you and Robert, and everything. And also Jackson that came over from Cal, that transferred from quarterback to receiver. What are the goals that you guys put up in the receiver room that you say, okay, these are the goals we need to hit as a unit in order for Auburn to be successful?
I think a big emphasis we're putting it on, I mean, a big thing we're emphasizing is just being the best group in the country. And I know if we can be the best group in the country and be the best group on the team. We got great backs, we got a good quarterback, we got tight ends, we got defense, but we can be the best group on the team. We feel like that would be it's the receivers that's gonna always catapult the team to the next level. That's how I feel. Like any team, like if you win a national championship or go running the playoffs, I feel like you got guys on the outside, you got playmakers that you can throw it up and win 50-50 balls with
100%.
and get the ball into them and quick. They take it for 60. I feel like the receivers, if you got that group that perform at a high level and have that confidence and swagger, then the team, you can take them. The team can go as far as the receivers can go. So, I mean, we really work with that intent. Like I said, Coach Davis hold us to that standard. Like, if anything, like Coach Davis, I'm not going to say, like, if anything is off, Coach Davis, he's not having a bad day, but, like, he's going to let us know about it. He's going to hold us accountable because he's going to say, we want to be the best. We're not letting nothing slide. Like,
that's awesome.
If a guy, we're supposed to be there 10 minutes early and the guy come in 7 minutes early, we talking about it. Like,
wow.
No, a standard. It's like you got to be detailed in everything. Like, you got to carry yourself a certain way. And then that's how we'll be the best group in the country. And that's how we'll lead this team to the national championship.
Yeah.
Well,
and we work and we compete with each other. And that's one thing that I told him, like, when I first entered the room, when I introduced myself, I said, I like to compete. I'm a challenge everybody. Like, I'm gonna push y'all to get the best out of me.
Yeah.
Out of y'all. And I know that's how the room is just gonna become the best. And
that's awesome.
It's all.
I also think that there's got to be an excitement factor for you guys, knowing that y'all could be the group that changes the narrative around Auburn receivers, because the past couple of years, it hasn't been a group like you were saying, where everyone's just like, we know we've got this stud group on the perimeter or that deep guy in the back of the end zone. Like, that hasn't been the case. Unfortunately, various guys have had to step up in different roles. The tight ends have certainly been involved a lot more in the passing game the past couple of years, because it hasn't been that just, okay, we know what we've got in these receivers. And I think, to your point, a group of guys that are competitive and detailed and disciplined, y'all are going to be chomping at the bit to change that narrative and to be the group that rewrites that. And I know that you're still getting acclimated, and obviously camp will be pivotal for you to kind of get into that. But the quarterback, knowledge that you do have and what you have been exposed to playbook wise, personnel wise, Coach Freeze as an offensive mind. So I know there's been a lot that's probably been thrown at you in a short amount of time, but what gives you hope and excitement aside from this receiver group that you talked about, but maybe in terms of offensive scheme, quarterback play, what gives you hope that this passing offense is going to take a step forward this season?
So I would say Payton, and I kind of block out the noise because I know the media is the media. And
totally. We suck.
But just being around Payton, number one, Payton came from the Big Ten like me. Payton beat me at Penn State already.
Oh.
And, yeah. So
I hadn't thought about that.
Just being around him, hearing how he controls the team at the end of a workout and hearing the leadership, I feel like that gives the offense that sense of confidence right there.
Yeah.
And that kind of was lacking where I came from. And so I know just the difference in how that can make an offense feel, because I felt different when I heard him talking.
Totally.
And then just how he hits me up, let's go work out, let's go get these routes. Let's hit the field. Me, Valdo, you got DA out there, you got a few other receivers, Rob, like how we just getting extra work. And so I just feel like everybody is just practicing with the intent of like, this narrative is going to change. And I feel like this, like I said, I haven't been here, but I hear the same stuff that, you guys hear.
Sure.
So I just feel like everybody got a chip on their shoulder to really change the narrative. And like you said, we got the guys to do it, not only in the receiver room, but at tight end, at running back, at quarterback. I feel like we got quarterbacks after Payton who can come in and step up and throw, real good deep balls, quick, anything. So, I mean, I feel like the offense is, I think I just told somebody, I forgot who I told, I think it was DA. I'm like, bro, I haven't been a part of an offense where I felt like like we got it, like at every position. So I mean,
okay.
I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for camp.
We all are.
And I'm even like, and I know you say as far as like outside of the room, but like even in workouts, it's DBs next to me lifting. I'm like, we about to be the best group on the team. I'm like, let's go. Like, and they like, yeah. I'm like, listen, all right, like it's different. Like, yeah. That's what I do. I like to bring energy. I like to bring juice.
I love that.
It's always like that in weight room competitiveness, you know.
Awesome.
You guys, you know, compete in the weight room, compete in drills. Like, all thing you're doing is iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens the other. You know, so y'all just making each other stronger and everything. Especially when you get in those trenches, it's the fourth quarter. You got to have it. Like, no one's, you know, let no one slack. You know, whether it's running drills, whether it's weight room, whether it's film room. Like, hey man, wake up. I know you're tired. Like, you know, wake up. You know, like. We can take a nap when we get out of this room. But just talk about this, though. Away from the football facility, what are some of the things you're enjoying so far?
So the number one thing is the lake. I'm not going to lie. Lake Martin. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Any lake, but I think we've been going there the most for sure. But just I've never been on a lake in general. And like, I think I went up there the first time. Just chilling with some friends, and then like the second time I got on the boat, and since the boat ride,
you're hooked.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Like, and then you just see like the views around the lake. I'm not gonna lie, like so I met a dude up there. We get on his boat, you know, he took us to this little. So I've been hitting backflips off like a rope.
Oh, nice.
I went tubing.
Okay, you're doing it up.
Yeah. Not a lake because it's a vibe, and I didn't realize that. Like, and it also helps you just like relax and like it's a good like. So I got a little anxiety, so it helps with just like relaxing your mind. And,
I love that.
And so like any free time I get, like I'm not staying in Auburn. I'm hopping in the car going 40 minutes.
Going to the lake.
So I would say that's the main thing. If I'm not playing a game or something, and it's a weekend.
You going to the lake?
So like you jumped off Chimney Rock. Isn't it Chimney Rock, Taylor?
Yeah, I did that too. I didn't jump off.
You better be careful.
No, this was I ain't doing it. This was like my probably second week up here.
All right.
And I'm never jumping out that rock again. I'm scared of heights.
Good.
I just did it.
You healthy, man.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta face my fear. I just jumped, but it wasn't the high one. It was what they call like it was like the baby chimney one.
Which is still insane.
Yeah, no, it was still high. Like I almost didn't do it, but it was no way down once I was up there. So I was like,
see, I seen a guy jump off. I seen a guy jump off Chimney Rock with a life jacket on and almost messed himself up.
Yeah, I'm about to say how you do that.
No, people get for real hurt up there. It's kind of stupid.
It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like you can't jump off this, 25 feet up and
people. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you're getting a quintessential Alabama summer. You're gonna need some of that downtime before the chaos of season. My last one for you, and then we'll let Jay close out. But you mentioned visiting with us, A&M right after. So the SEC was kind of on your radar. It seems a little bit.
I was coming to SEC.
That was the goal. Okay, so your perception of SEC as a whole before being a part of it, and now that you are in it, which games, matchups, environments are you most excited to play in?
So with the schedule being changed, it's like a lot of the games that I was looking forward to.
Us too.
LSU.
Yep.
We don't play LSU, so I'm like,
that was my favorite.
I don't think we play Ole Miss.
Nope.
But I know we play Bama. Like I can't
wait. There's that.
Georgia. The first Oklahoma. I feel like that's gonna be a good one. But just in general, I don't know. SEC, was always like who's the best conference. And of course, I was in the Big Ten, so I was just like, Big Ten.
You didn't want to hear it.
But like, mind you, Penn State came here to play Auburn, and the environment was still. I was like, okay, like
that was a crazy.
It was one of my top games that I played in.
Wow.
But, I don't know. Like I said, I live for like just exciting games, big time games, hostile crowds. Like
You don't get it.
I love that stuff. So I feel like every game in the SEC is gonna be like that, especially at Jordan here. I feel like the orange outs. I haven't seen the turn off the light thing yet. I can't wait to see that. Like, that's gonna give me the chills.
It's hard to contain your excitement. I feel like you're built for this though. Like you are going to thrive.
No, yeah. When they come on, I'm gonna be turned up at the crowd. I'm gonna be turned up.
Flag surf, like it's unreal.
Yeah.
The first game, night game.
Huh?
I'm trying to think. It was the first game, a night game.
It might be.
I think
6 o'clock game.
It was.
I think the Cal game is a night game.
Yeah, I think the first two might be night.
That's good.
And everything. So you might get a chance to see those lights for sure. Play some golf at the lake. They got 2 great golf courses.
What about the one here? I was golfing.
And you got Willow Point. Both of them super nice. Auburn got some really nice golf courses.
They do.
AU Club. You got
Morris Mill.
You got the RTJ out at the hotel.
I was
okay.
Sagahatchee. So
you be golfing?
Oh, do I golf?
Don't get him started. Here we go.
We can go golf.
Yeah, I'm getting better. I just hit a bomb.
Nice.
All I be doing though, I don't really play like the game. I ain't gonna lie.
You playing
when
top
I get good, then I can play. Yeah. I just
top golf.
I hit a bomb, and once I hit a bomb, I'm like,
I'm done.
I feel accomplished.
Make you feel good.
Yeah, for sure.
That is funny.
Well, man, I'm gonna give you a couple of rapid fires real quick, and I know you got a busy schedule. Y'all got 2:30 run today. So, who's your favorite sports hero outside of your uncle?
Tavon Austin.
Okay. What do you do to calm your butterflies before a big competition?
Listen to R&B music.
Oh, R&B. I like it.
Anyone Pacific?
Monica. I listen to this same song. I ain't gonna lie. That Monica, Why I Love You So Much. I don't know why. I heard it one time and it just
sensitive. Wow. You got layers, dude.
No relation to football. It's just, I don't know. Like, I just like that song.
Hey, man, have you been some hard breakups or anything? Like,
no. Yeah. There's no correlation. I do not know. I heard it and I was like, oh, yeah. And
it just chills you out?
Yeah, it does.
Hey.
I like it.
Gosh. I would never thought that. What is your favorite food to eat the night before a big competition?
Pasta and any Alfredo, shrimp, chicken. Okay. Yeah. I feel like it's not, I don't eat too much, it's not too heavy.
Well, I guess you've been in Auburn long enough, but not long enough to really, I probably hear my baby in the background. What is your favorite place to eat in Auburn?
No, so right now it's Mo's Original Barbecue.
That's solid.
Chicken sandwich. That may be the best sandwich I done had.
Wow.
That pulled chicken sandwich, it got like their secret sauce, pickles.
Yes.
That, and then you get a side of macaroni, beans.
Their mac and cheese is freaking fire.
Yeah.
Look at that. See, Taylor even know about it. One word to describe you.
Genuine.
Okay.
I love that. I'm not worried about you in the slightest. I think that you are going to acclimate so well. Seems like you already are on track to do so. And I can't wait to see what all you accomplish on the field as well. So thank you so much for taking some time today to chat with us. Great getting to know you a little bit better. Enjoy your summer. Any more Lake Martin trips you got planned? Because season will be here before you know it. So best of luck with everything.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, letting the people, get to know you a little bit outside of the helmet. Like we know you're a great player, but you got a chance to learn a little bit about you. You're genuine. You like Monica, so.
Check
we ain't gonna forget that one.
That's why I'm on the radio. So when I call the first game, he make a catch. I'm gonna say, I wonder if he listened to Monica while I learned so much before.
Yes, I probably did.
If he played well, he did. That's hilarious. All right, man. Have a good one, War Eagle.
Thank you. You too.
All right, War Eagle.